Now in this section we will see the types of data. So as we know that big data includes huge volume, high velocity and extensible variety of data. The data is categorized into the parts, that is structured, semi-structured, metadata and unstructured. We have seen the structured, semi-structured and unstructured data in our previous sections, but again we will see. So when we are talking about structured data, it is a relational data. When we are talking about semi-structured data, it is XML data. When we are talking about data, it is metadata. And when we are talking about unstructured data, it is Word, PDF, text, everything is there. So now we will see one by one. Now, structured data is developed by IBM in 1970s and later developed by the relational software that is often managed using SQL. SQL is nothing but the structured query language. It concerns all data which can be stored in Database SQL in table with rows and columns. That means any data can be stored, accessed and processed in the fixed format, and that's why it is called as a structured data. So over the period of time, when we are talking about that we have stored the data in a particular format, the talent in computer science have achieved a greater success. Why? Because they can deal with any kind of data where the format is known or not known, because they are capable enough to derive the values from that. And that's why it is said that the issues with size of data growing to huge extent is not a big problem for all the data scientists and data engineers. So the characteristics of structured data, that depends on creating data model, because they are having a particular structure. It is having advantage of entered, stored, queried and analyzed in a particular way. The high cost and performance limitations of storage, memory and processing is done in a structured format. Actually, when we are talking about structured data, so it is stored in a particular format, it is accessed in the particular format, it is processed in the particular format, and that's why it is called a structured data. Now if we can take the example, suppose we are talking about an employee, then the structured data for employees, employee ID, employee name, gender, department and salary. So these are the fields. This is the fixed format. So as it is a fixed format, all entries will be in the same format. That's why it is called as the structured data. Now the next comes, that is the semi-structured data. So semi-structured data does not reside in relational databases. Yes, because that can contain both the formats data, and we can see semi-structured data as structured format also, but it is actually not defined within. Means if we are taking the example of table in relational databases, then the semi-structured data is represented in XML file or CSV documents, where the particular format is there which is not fixed, which is not a structured format. So that's why it is called as semi-structured. Generally the web pages are generated by using HTML script. That is nothing but a very good example of semi-structured data. Then comes the metadata. So there are basically three types of metadata, but before that we will see what is metadata. So metadata is data providing information about one or more aspects of data. It is used to summarize the basic information about data tracking. There are three main types of metadata, that is descriptive, structural and administrative. Descriptive database describes the resources for purposes such as discovery and identification. It also includes elements like title, abstract, author, keywords and so on. In structural metadata, it indicates how the compound objects are put together. We can take the example of how the pages are ordered to form a chapter. The third type is the administrative metadata, which provides the information to help manage a resource, such as when it is created, how it is created, who is going to access it. Actually, there are several subsets of administrative data, like right management metadata, which deals with the intellectual property rights, and preservation metadata, which contains the information which is needed to archive and preserve the resources. The metadata repository is an integral part of any data warehouse system. It contains business metadata, which is having the information about data ownership, business definition, and policies. Operational metadata, which includes the currency of data and data linkage. Data for mapping from operational environment to data warehouse, where it includes the source database, their content, extraction, partition, cleaning, transformation rules. The algorithm for summarization, which includes the dimension algorithm, data on granularity, aggregation, summarization, and so on. So this is all about metadata. Then the unstructured data. As its name implies, it is not having any particular structure. So the data refers to information that either does not have predefined data model or not organized in a predefined manner. So any data with unknown form or structure is known as unstructured data. It is very much big in size. We should say it is huge in size. Typical example of unstructured data is heterogeneous data sources containing the combination of simple text files as well as images, videos. Nowadays, organizations are having wealth of data available with them, but unfortunately they don't know how to derive the value out of it, since the data is in the raw form, or we can say it is in the unstructured form. So this is all about the types of data that is used in data science and big data, that is unstructured, structured, semi-structured, and metadata. Now the data science process is there that we are going to see in our next section. Thank you.